Tesla has reportedly removed roughly half the robotic arms from Fremont's production line as of early 2026, replacing conventional welding and assembly steps with an expanding network of large-scale casting machines. The core technology behind this shift is the Gigapress, a high-pressure die casting system that produces large structural aluminum components in a single shot rather than welding together dozens of smaller stamped pieces. The machine itself was not Tesla's invention. When Tesla began developing the Model Y, it needed a press far larger than anything the automotive industry had standardized on, searched globally, and found that an Italian manufacturer named Idra had been developing exactly that kind of machine. The Gigapress now used for Model Y and Cybertruck rear underbodies is the result of that partnership. What Tesla is now developing is something considerably more ambitious. Elon Musk has publicly discussed a 50,000-ton Gigapress, more than 5 times the clamping force of the largest currently deployed units. The concept, which Musk referenced in a direct quote as, "Let's go to 50,000 tons," is not a confirmed in-production machine. It represents a stated aspiration backed by engineering work, not a shipping product. The motivation is straightforward. As castings get larger and more complex, clamping force requirements increase proportionally, and a 50,000-ton press could theoretically produce structural components for multiple vehicles simultaneously in a single cycle. Musk has described the resulting factory pace as resembling a consumer electronics assembly line, so fast that people physically cannot safely stand near the production area. The casting process the larger machine would run is an elaborated version of what current Gigapress units already do. Aluminum, a combination of fresh ingots and recycled material from prior casting trimming, is melted at approximately 850 degrees Celsius in a natural gas-powered furnace, then transferred into a sealed electrically heated holding furnace maintained between 750 and 850 degrees Celsius. The holding furnace is blanketed with nitrogen gas to prevent the molten aluminum from oxidizing before the shot. The alloy is further cleaned using argon gas, a rotary degasser, and a silicon carbide filter that removes dissolved gases and particles larger than 25 microns, a level of melt preparation that directly determines whether the finished casting has internal voids or inclusions. Before each casting cycle, a robotic arm sprays approximately 35 milliliters of soybean oil across the mold surface as a release agent, a detail that sounds almost domestic, but is precisely calibrated to allow the finished part to separate cleanly without contaminating the next shot. A vacuum is drawn in the mold cavity to remove trapped air before the aluminum is introduced. Residual air causes porosity in the finished casting, which weakens the part structurally. A high-speed piston, itself lubricated with around 8 milliliters of oil per shot, then drives the molten aluminum into the mold cavity under the full clamping force of the press. The injection speed and pressure must be controlled precisely. Too fast traps air, too slow allows the aluminum to begin solidifying before the mold is completely filled. The freshly cast part exits the mold at approximately 400 degrees Celsius and is immediately transferred into a cooling bath that drops its temperature to around 50 degrees Celsius. That rapid quench is not only about cycle time, it also influences the metallurgical properties of the finished aluminum, affecting hardness and the distribution of internal stresses. After the part cools, the mold undergoes its own reset, cooled to around 185 degrees Celsius, robotically cleaned and re-inspected before the next cycle begins. According to the transcript's description of Tesla's process, a new casting cycle can typically start 1 to 2 minutes after the previous one ends. Excess material trimmed from each part is recycled back into the melting furnace, and every casting goes through X-ray inspection before reaching the assembly line. The component count reduction enabled by larger castings is where the economics become significant. Reports cited in the source material indicate Tesla reduced the number of major structural components from roughly 200 in the Model Y to approximately 80 in the Cybercab, a reduction of more than half. Each eliminated joint, weld, or bracket represents not only a removed part cost, but a removed assembly step, a removed potential failure point, and a removed source of long-term fatigue or dimensional variation. A unified casting behaves mechanically as a continuous piece of metal. A multi-part welded assembly transfers loads across each joint, and those joints introduce variability. In a vehicle designed for continuous autonomous operation, structural consistency is an operational requirement, not just a manufacturing preference. A second manufacturing disruption angle appears in Tesla patent filings, integrating color directly into the body panel material during the molding process, rather than applying paint in a separate downstream stage. If production feasible, this would eliminate the paint shop entirely. A facility that currently occupies significant factory floor space, consumes large amounts of energy and water, generates VOC emissions requiring specialized handling, and adds both cycle time and environmental compliance costs to every vehicle produced. The transcript notes that recent Cybercab production vehicles appear noticeably glossier than earlier matte finish prototypes, which may indicate this process is advancing toward production intent, rather than remaining purely conceptual. The color consistency and durability of an in-mold finish at automotive scale, resisting UV degradation, stone chips, and temperature cycling over a vehicle's lifetime, would represent a significant material science achievement. This remains a patent stage development rather than a confirmed production decision. The competitive dynamic is worth noting. The Gigapress concept has spread. General Motors, Hyundai, Volvo, and Chinese manufacturers, including XPeng, have been investing in large format die casting equipment. XPeng has reportedly deployed a 16,000-ton machine. The gap between 16,000 and a proposed 50,000 tons is not simply a scale difference. It would represent a different category of structural integration, potentially casting components that competitors' machines cannot produce in a single shot. Whether Tesla actually builds and deploys a 50,000-ton press at commercial scale and on what timeline remains unknown. What is confirmed is that Musk has publicly committed to the concept, and the company is developing the supporting systems. Ultra-fast cooling, AI-powered real-time inspection, intelligent mold release that would be required to run such a machine reliably. The broader trajectory is a shift in how automotive manufacturing is conceptualized. Traditional vehicle assembly is additive. Start with a blank and join more and more parts together until you have a car. Tesla's Gigapress strategy is subtractive in the opposite sense. Start with fewer parts by making each one larger and more structurally integrated, reducing the joining steps rather than optimizing them. Combined with the potential paint elimination and the ongoing reduction in robotic assembly steps, the manufacturing model Tesla is developing looks increasingly unlike anything the legacy automotive industry built its factories around, which may be the most durable competitive advantage of all. Not any single machine, but a fundamentally different production philosophy.